In this class we will start the project that will be worked out throughout the course and, for this, we will learn to work with align and arc commands, which are basic and used for the development of various types of work. With the file started in the previous class open, we will start by activating the line stroke command, present in the Draw panel of the Home tab. Next, we activate orthogonal mode in the status bar. We draw a horizontal line, which starts from the origin of the program's coordinate system, with a length of 29 and which will be the center line. Now we draw a vertical line, at the left end of the horizontal line, with a length of 6, and another on the right, with a length of 8. We select each of the lines and position the midpoint, represented by this grip, at the end of the horizontal line, C. Continuing the layout of the geometry, which will represent a fixing screw, we will draw 2 lines with a length of 17 to set the screw body. These lines will be positioned to the left of the screw, with reference to the ends of this line with a length of 6. Let's now create the screw head. To do this, we click this arrow next to the arc stroke command in the Draw panel of the Home tab. In the list that opens, we activate the command Start, Center, Angle. Now we set the starting point of the arc by clicking on this point at the end of this line, on the right side of the screw. Then we move the cursor to the left and enter the value 6 to set the center point of the arc. Finally, we enter the value 180 to set the angle of opening the arc. See that a part of the screw head has already been traced. We activate the line command again and, by clicking on this point, we draw a line of 8 to close the other side of the screw head. Let's click on the arc stroke command arrow again to check the other available options. We've seen how to insert an arc informing the initial and center points, and the value of the angle. The procedure is practically the same for creating arcs with other insertion methods, varying only the points to be informed. We have the option of tracing arcs setting 3 points, where we can click to set the start point and then to set the center point. As the last dies for the arc we can inform the end point, the angle of opening or the length of the arc. Another method of tracing arcs is to enter the beginning and end points to then enter the angle, direction, or radius of the arc. We can also first define the central and initial points, and then define the end point, angle or length of the arc. Finally, we have the continuous method, which creates an arc tangent starting from the last line or arc traced. Train using the methods of creating arches to gain agility in your stroke. We will now look at how to use the polyline command, which allows you to create lines and arcs using only one command. We activate the command and freely click on the graphic area. Now we drag the cursor and click on a new point to complete the stroke of a line. To create an arc, we type the letter A and confirm with an enter. Now we enter the radius and angle of opening of the arc and confirm with an enter, completing the stroke of this item. To retrace lines, we type L and confirm with an enter. Note: we have two stroke commands that create winding lines, which are spline fit and spline CV, accessed by clicking on the title bar of the draw panel. We activate the spline fit command and click on the graphical area to define the nodes that will form the curves of the line. To form open curves, as soon as we reach the desired result, we press enter. Already, to form closed objects, we will trace until we unite the ends of the line. Both commands work in the same way. However, what differs between one and the other is that, with spline CV, the line is not formed against the grips, thus leaving the drawing smoother. See. In this class we saw how to create lines and arcs and start the layout of the project that will be worked throughout the course. We also saw how to trace objects using other commands, which make execution of projects easier and more practical.